Yep.
Okay, welcome to this week's Texas Roadhouse press conference. We've got a busy week at UTPB. Women's basketball kicks off the week tomorrow night when they go on the road to western New Mexico. Thursday will be the men's turn in western New Mexico when the guys travel to Silver City for a 7 p.m. tip-off, and the women are back in Odessa with a home game against Texas Women's at 5:15. Friday, baseball and softball kick off their 2019 seasons. Baseball will be at home this weekend. They have a 3-game series against Rogers State, and they start Friday with a doubleheader at noon. The women will be in Lubbock, where they take on Chadron State and Lubbock Christian Friday afternoon. Saturday, baseball is back, closing out that 3-game series with a 1 o'clock start time. Softball will be back in Lubbock Saturday with games against Southern Nazarene and Oklahoma Christian. And men's and women's tennis will be in Dallas Saturday at 1 p.m. taking on Harding, and the men will take on SMU Sunday morning at 9:30. All right, today we're going to start with head swimming coach Cameron Kiner. His Falcons wrapped up their regular season this past weekend at Southwestern, and they are getting ready for the NSISC Championships next month in Cleveland, Mississippi.
I just need
You
to
should have brought a pen. You should have brought a pen.
I know.
All right, so Coach, if you'll just give a recap about this past week, and then
Absolutely.
you guys are getting ready for it.
We just finished up our regular season against Division III competition, Southwestern University. They're just north of Austin, Texas, and Georgetown. Men had a great competition. Women also swam well. Got a combined team victory for both squads. Men had a pretty convincing win. Ladies were edged out on the swimming side of things on Saturday. It was a great way to finish out a regular season, kind of see where we need to be for conference and kind of figure out relay spots and who our scoring 18 swimmers are going to be for our conference competition, which will be in mid-February in Cleveland, Mississippi. We go against 5 of the top 25 teams in Division II swimming, 2 coming from Arkansas, 1 coming from Florida, 1 from Mississippi, and then ourselves. So really excited about that. Have a lot of great swimmers and divers ready to go for that meet, and really looking forward to seeing what our 6 months of preparation and training have put us at.
16 years on this year's team, right? So a good number. So what was it like to get a win for them on their last home regular season meet?
It was awesome, and to have 4 of them win an individual event as well was pretty spectacular. It was a great way for them to finish out their career here at UTPB. And several of those swimmers have a great opportunity to get NCAA cuts at our conference championship meet. And one has been right on the outside looking in each year of going in our distance swimming events, and hopefully we'll get there this year.
What's the team's morale like right now?
They're very excited. They're excited, but they're also really tired as well. We've been training super hard for the past 2 months. We had our last competition in November, and then we just moved to our last, regular season competition this past weekend. So it's been a lot of training, a lot of grinding out in the pool. So they're really tired right now, but they're also very excited and very confident after this past meet that we're going to have a very good conference championship.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, next up is head men's basketball coach Josh Newton.
Ray ditched me. You guys got me just by myself.
Oh.
Ready?
Yep.
Roll.
All right. Well, obviously we've had a few little more struggles on the road, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat, you can look at 2 things. You can look at it being optimistic or pessimistic. And right now we're looking at everything optimistically. We've been banged up. We've had some unfortunate injuries and some bad timing, but it kind of is what it is. Go on the road. I thought versus Tarleton, we played well in the first half up until the last 5 minutes of the first half, and they went on a 14-2 run. And then give our guys a bunch of credit. In the second half, they came back, they fought back, and we actually won the second half by 10. Unfortunately, we dug such a big hole in the first half, we just weren't able to overcome it. And then going to Commerce, unfortunately for us, we had more injuries. And it's just one of those things where we kind of showed up and we had 7 guys dressed out, 6 scholarship players, and it just wasn't our night. Even though our guys, I thought, played extremely hard, I thought they were bought into what we're trying to accomplish. It came down to truly 1 possession. I think with 20 seconds to go, we're down by 4, we get a steal, we have an open 3, and we just can't make it. And then you have to foul late, and it turns out to be maybe, I think, 4 or 5. So the guys they're being optimistic. We're not letting them think anything other than being optimistic. It's just sometimes it comes where things that are out of your control. And we're never gonna make excuses. That's not who we are. That's not what we're about. We're just gonna deal with the circumstances and try to move forward the best we can.
So looking at it optimistically, like you said, so you're hoping that someone was going to step up last week. Did anyone step up yet?
You know, I thought Miles Washington actually stepped up. I thought he had 2 really good games. I thought Adam Rivera started to play better. It's just hard to gauge when you have truly 7 guys out there, and we're subbing them in, subbing them out as fast as we can, and they're giving everything they can, and we just kind of ran out of gas versus Commerce. But we led that game for a majority of the game, and again, it came down to 1 or 2 possessions as well. So I thought Miles really stepped up. I think Jacob Ledoux is finding, how to become a better teammate in a lot of ways and make plays for each other and for his teammates. So that's a positive. I actually like where our team is going in terms of on the floor and doing things they need to do. We just need to get healthy. Xavier is going to probably be out for another week. He has a concussion. And obviously the number one thing for us is safety. As much as we need him out there, we want him out there, unfortunately he just can't be out there. We're hoping to get Mo back this week. That would be a really big hit for us if he can get back on the floor. Because if not, that's 2 starters that are out. So we're just trying to get healthy at this point.
Still close games despite all of those injuries. So do you think that gives the guys a little bit of confidence going into this second round? Like, hey, we're hanging in there. We can still do this.
I do. I think it gives them confidence. I think it also, from a staff perspective, it kind of is frustrating because we are so close and we get just 1 or 2 possessions. And we got to figure out how to get over that next hurdle. And like I told the guys after the game, is the next hurdle is actually the biggest one of all. And then there's another one that's going to be bigger than that. And so we just got to figure out how to get over this little hurdle. But I think they're happy with kind of the progress in terms of we are getting better. It just hasn't showed in wins, like I told you the other day. Is we might not show victories as progress, but we are getting better. And we went on the road and played 2 really tough teams. And unfortunately for us, we weren't able to get over that hump.
So speaking of progress, one of the things that you were harping on was the toughness of this team and got to start winning rebounding matches. So what you did against Commerce, I was just double checking that I got the names correct. Commerce, you won the battle on the glass, still took the L, and it was tight, but you couldn't pull it off against Tarleton. Is that the direction of this team now, you think? Is this about a sense of injury? What's going on?
So when you look at the Commerce game, I can tell you, if you remember, there were 3 things I told you we needed to do. We needed defensive rebound, we needed to get stops, we needed to stop turning the ball over. Well, when you look at the box score, we had 21 turnovers versus Commerce. So we checked 2 of the 3, and when you check 2 of the 3, you have a chance to lose by 1 or 2 baskets. And that's really what it's coming down to. For us right now, the margin of error is so small that we have to check every box to give ourselves a chance. And if we would have turned the ball over less, we'd probably come out with a victory.
Next up, Western New Mexico. What do you guys need to do to be successful?
So we gotta get healthy. I'm not sure how I can do that. We gotta get Mo back, so hopefully Mo will be back on the floor. We know Xavier won't. So being healthy is a big part of it. And so we have to manage them, truthfully. I mean, my assistants are practicing and coaching right now to give less reps to our guys. We have to manage their body, manage their legs. But going into that, we have to make sure our defense is as good as it can be. And we're doing everything you can imagine defensively, including the kitchen sink. We're playing a box of 1, triangle of 2, a 1-3-1, you name it, we're doing it. Because we're just trying to give our guys every chance they can to be successful. We're going to have to win the rebounding war. Okay, we're going to have to continue not to turn the ball over or be better at not turning the ball over. And then probably the other thing now is we have to make some timely shots. We're putting ourselves in that situation, and we've had a lot of opportunities to get us over that hump, but we just haven't made the timely shot. So hopefully it's all coming together, and hopefully right here at the tournament.
How do you guys prepare for these tough matches? Like obviously you said get healthy, but with giving your guys less reps, like what's the coaching philosophy there?
Yeah, so again, we got to make sure they're ready to play the game. So their legs are a big part. It's hard to play 36, 37 minutes. It just really is. And again, we've got some inexperience. We now have got kind of a weird rotation in terms of, with the number of players, number of positions. We have more bigs than we have guards. So it's a little unique. So we're basically going into it. We're going to do smaller reps, but hopefully harder, a lot more mental than physical. We'll still continue to watch a lot of film, but review things probably more than go live 5-on-5, because the one thing that we can't have is somebody get hurt in practice. And as a coach, you want to just fire it up, get back at it, go at it, compete. But if somebody gets hurt, then it just kind of puts us one step farther back.
Cool.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Saturday's the
Friday.
Friday.